Pink Girl Nation, stand up and count your blessings. It's your favorite smoker, your neighborhood smoker, OG, young OG when it comes to wisdom shit. Goodvibez, your favorite person. Welcome to Jay's Smoking Session. Here today, I'm gonna be talking about the last WWE threat match. Gasper Choi versus Eli Knight and Sean Legacy. It ended with a double. I got pinned. I don't know. They probably gonna do a storyline behind those three guys and those three young talents. So hopefully they do them right on that. They had a 6-man tag team match with David Heights and Charlie. Oh, William Regal's son. I didn't even see this one. See this match. But it's Doom 2 versus Birthright, which is Lexus King and Connor. They ended with Birthright winning with they got a new member of that group. I'll explain that later on. So Ruka and Lady Rig. Mm. This is just like my favorite match of the night. I ain't gonna lie. Like it's probably like a decent women's singles match. But So Ruka won that one. Dale Hill and Sinclair. Sinclair won that one, which was definitely surprising in my opinion. But that was a good one. It was like a speed tournament final. So Sinclair will be going against Soul Luca for the speed championship later on down the road. And the main event was Joe Hendry and Miles Bourne versus Ethan Page and Ricky Saints. Ethan Page and Ricky Saints won that match. It was a decent tag team match. And now, what y'all love what I be doing is the key points of the storylines and the key highlights. Betrayal and the no quarter cash crew. So Charlie pretty much turned on Taven Heights, which was like very surprising, but you kind of see it coming. But so Charlie pretty much joined his father, Real Regal, and Philly and the rest of that group of which is gonna be decent. The name of the group again is Birthright, so it's like an NXT version of like, I guess you can say, I'm not gonna say Evolution. I'm trying to think of a group let's try to figure it out in the beginning stages, but they could be something. I would say the early stages of Undisputed Era. Anybody that watched NXT from like that early, I would say that the main event chaos between that Empty Page and Ricky Saints, Joe Hendry, and Miles Bourne. Ethan Page got the pin, so it's gonna be interesting. Ethan Page won the NXT championship. Ricky Saints won it, and pretty much I ain't gonna say cheap, but they did that thing. It is what it is. And then Tatum Pashley did a nice little passing promo. Speaking of like how much she appreciate the fans and she's on a new level of success. She pretty much said she won the NXT champion for that group, and she went the group that she was in, and she won the NXT North American Championship for herself and for the fans. But Easy then got much ambusher saying like she want the NXT Championship back, basically. And another one, Joe, seemed like Joe Hendry got a lot of problems as far as him being NXT champion. Tony D'Angelo sent a warning out to him saying he want that NXT championship. And the way things are going, man, I think they should put that title on that man, on Tony D'Angelo. I think that'll be the right move, in my opinion. But that's all I got for y'all. It, it was a nice little overall NXT show. Like I give it like an 8 out of 10. You know, they always gonna deliver on a decent match. Um, like overall though, they trying to get themselves prepared for the WrestleMania season. Like their version of WrestleMania is a pre-live event called Stand and Deliver. So they getting themselves prepared for Stand and Deliver season. And they haven't announced any matches yet. But I'm pretty sure they will probably start next week or next week after. But overall, man, I really enjoy watching NXT. Except for one match, like I didn't miss that one, but the rest of them, like it was pretty decent. The promos was like passionate. Promos was decent. But NXT always delivered. It was just my main concern was like how can they bounce back after losing like their top stars like Oba Femi and Trick Williams and Javon Evans by them going into the main roster. And then you got a couple names that could end up going to the main roster too. So, but one thing I love about NXT is that they they take their time with storyline. So one week they focus on certain superstars, then the next week they do the same thing. I just hope it'll make it easier if SmackDown and Raw do the same thing, but it is what it is. But NXT was dope. Um, it was I won't say it was the best show, but it was something. So shout out to NXT. With that being said, thank you.